It goes back to the overrated cliche. You got to speak things into existence. You do. Mm-hmm. You got to put some work in. Ain't nothing else worked except work.
We're teaching each other. Like you know, he reads, I read. We both try to take that serious.
And that's like a Black Vanity thing. You've been reading, you've been running. We sharpening the individual, but it's a Black Vanity thing.
There was some banter. I was going back and forth with some dudes, and I was explaining to them, you haven't spent enough money on music for me to take you serious, or for you to be like trying to
investment,
like even talk about being better than me and stuff. It's like just. And I'm not trying to flex. It's not a money thing. I'm not trying to flex like, oh, I got a big bag. Like, no, that's corny, and I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like, I've invested this much in my dream in something I believe in, or
in time.
And
I'm dedicated.
Yeah, so it's like just before you even try to go there, just make sure you're willing to do that.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Poncho here. Welcome to episode 20 of the Encore Podcast. If this is your first time listening, this is a podcast for artists, entrepreneurs, anyone that has a passion that's looking to turn it into a full-time business. So if that's you, subscribe, tap in with the community. I'm here today with my co-host, Cruz.
What's up, Poncho? How you doing, bro? So today we got two of Westchester's finest, specifically White Plains. That's what they rep. And Proud City. Have we had a guest from White Plains before? I don't think we have yet. But, you know, I don't know many artists from White Plains, but, like, I really fuck with what y'all doing. Yeah, first one.
I shot videos with, shout out Scotty Trippin, shout out Rain, shout out a lot of people.
But you haven't done this one.
No. Also, can you bring the mic a lot closer to you?
Me?
Yeah. No, you can move it.
I can sit back.
Yeah,
I can really.
Now you good. You good.
We good?
Yeah.
I'm good? Good?
Yeah, no.
All right, finish my intro. So today we got Shorts and we got Oaklin Winthrop in the building, bro. Thank you for joining us today. Facts.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling today?
Everything good. Like I said, blessed before.
Yes, sir.
It's good to see y'all. Y'all got good energy.
Thank you, bro.
Man. Yeah.
The lighting is great in here.
Yeah, improved. Facts. This new setup, like, you blessed to be in the old setup was fire, but this new setup is like even better. Yeah, it's even more fire, I think.
It's cozy. It's definitely cozy.
Yeah.
It's cozy. Essential oils.
Yeah,
good art. Chalkboard.
Yeah, on camera comes out fire. Facts.
It's a good vibration.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, in a few minutes or so, could both of y'all just tell us, you hear it said White Plains, but how you got started in music and what you guys currently do today? Whoever would like
set it off.
How I got started in music. Always enjoyed hip hop, rap, and music in general. I got two older brothers, and they played a lot of rap. And this is back when, you know, I was real young, but you like would grab mixtapes and, you know, they would go down the city, grab mixtapes. They'd have them in their room. I'd pop it in. I'm like, oh, this is fire. Like, and this is when the mixtape era was just lit. But a lot of it was over my head. I didn't really understand it. And then
you're talking like early mid 2000s.
We're talking about DJ Clue, and I guess you could say you could say early 2000s. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of fire. But anyway. Yeah, just listening to it, and then so I always enjoyed the music. And then when Jay-Z dropped Hard Knock Life Volume 2, I really started to understand the bars and the metaphors and like and just understand the layers of music. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So
what do you mean by understand? Like appreciate or like
no,
literally
like just
see?
You more than appreciation. I wish I could just say appreciation, but you inspired. Like, it's like, yo, these dudes is poets. These dudes is hitting you with so many messages. They kind of help and raise you. This is the time when you had to say some stuff, and it was like you gotta throw some bones to the to whoever you speaking to. It's not just whatever it is, you know, or just music. So, you know, you see that with the Drake, Kendricks, and Coles, right? Like, they all have messages within their music. That's what like separates them from some of the others. Which everyone has a message in their music. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Yeah, so listening to Jay's album, I just really was infatuated with how he put stuff together and how layered he was. And then one of my boys just started learning how to rip beats off the computer, so we just had beats. And I'm like, oh, what's up? So we just start writing, not knowing how to count bars, not knowing how to do whatever. Me and like three of my closest friends at the time, and we and then like. Couple pages became like I don't know, 20 notebooks. And I wasn't holding, I didn't have a collection of 20. Like I'd lose or keep one or whatever, but I just kept writing. I wasn't trying to write. I was writing because I enjoyed it and then I wanted to get better. And I kind of had a point to prove. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Is that like, I heard you guys talk about that in like 2015 you started making music, Oaklin? Or is that way before that?
Way before that.
Is that when you started working with Shorts kind of officially? Like right, that time?
That was around there.
Yeah. Okay.
we grew up together, but we knew like
teammates.
Like it just started to make sense. Was it a phone call or you came to the crib that day? It was a phone call, right?
It might have been a phone call, bro. We done spoke and linked up so many times in reference to this movement. So I lose track of how it jumped off. But I remember the conversation, like, yo, let's make it make sense.
Because you were making music before Oaklin was at a point, right? Or
nah, Oak the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? He's you get what I'm saying? Like he been doing it since we was in high school. You get what I'm saying? Like he's been a force to be reckoned with since then. So I came along late. I was late to the party. Like I started rapping late. I did everything I needed to do though. Went to college, graduated. It started to make sense for me. And it got to a point where I was rhyming with Michael Merlot. Shout outs to Low. He ended up going to the West Coast. I was dolo. I was like, yo, I need help. I'll be one of the first people to tell I need help. We all need help. I just be one of the first to admit it. You get what I'm saying? But it took a while for him to like understand, but
to like really take that step to be like
because you got to think about it, or like this is a star on his own. You get what I'm saying? So like coming to mess with me, it's like for what? You get what I'm saying? Although he respected what I had going on, you get what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know.
At the time, I had stopped putting out music for a little bit, and I didn't make that like a conscious decision.
Okay.
I just, because I was still writing, but I just stopped releasing. And it was like my team fell apart. So I was kind of like floating. I guess I was still releasing. I'd release like some SoundCloud joints. I wasn't really releasing projects. I wasn't putting out any new videos. But I was always writing. Like I said, that's my passion. Like I just enjoy writing music and putting it together. But he was putting a lot of work out, and he was like just getting in. And he'd been writing way before that, but now he started to take it serious. Like, now I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna have to do this because everyone else is playing. And I guess that was his state of mind for our city, because we had so many, we have so much potential in our city, and so I think he just like there's a lot of pride there. So he's like, nah, I'm gonna hold it down. And I'm watching him, and it's like, all right, Short's gonna rap, okay, like, all right, and there's no hate, but it's like, all right, here, like
another one.
It's so people are so hot and cold with a lot of their dreams, and it's not necessarily,
what do you mean by
or
that?
aspirations. Like, it's like, we say we want something and then we'll switch to something else, which is fine. But whatever you want, sometimes it's like, wait a second, focus on that. And then you can tap into 20 other different things that you had in mind. That, like, not for nothing, Kanye West's music is great. He got in with beats.
Facts.
Then he went to music. His fashion has probably been more impactful than his music, arguably. And I know that sounds crazy. I don't know. But like, I don't think as many people would know him as they do if it wasn't like for that.
I resonate with that.
100%.
Yeah, just
I would say so.
Developing like that one skill that really gets you recognized and into a scene where you could really capitalize on like your opportunities, and that's like.
But not one skill, just one aspiration.
Lane.
Whatever that goal is, like that something big too. Like, make sure it's something worthwhile if you're gonna focus on it.
Okay, yeah.
And pause other things. Make sure it's something you should be passionate about it. Yeah. But like, go do that. Go do that really quick. And I think that's something I saw with him, and that's something that's always been my mindset. Like, go in and go hard. And like, I saw him doing that and I could relate to that. I'm like, so I was appreciated. I would call him like, yo, I like what you're doing. His visuals, he dropped visuals and they were so clean. They were the most up to date from the city, and like kind of from Westchester. Like, it was like one of the cleanest videos I've seen. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's there was a budget behind it. It was well put together. He's not staying local within his like own community. He's branching out, going to the city. Not saying you have to do that in your visuals, but the effort, you took him serious. He forced you to take him serious. And it was just dope to see. So when we started talking about coming together, it it made a lot of sense because I could relate to a lot of I could appreciate and relate to a lot of his characteristics, you know. So I'm just like, I know that could gel, I know that could work, and we played like we played sports together. There's chemistry there, like
a whole bunch of history. You get what I'm saying?
So this is one of the things I was gonna ask later, but since we're talking about it now, y'all are like dynamic duo partnership with this. I don't know. You just said you set out to find that. Is that something that you would recommend other artists or other creators, other entrepreneurs do? Find a partner, or should they ride solo?
Obviously, it depends on the type of individual you are.
Okay.
But asking me, I think it's highly recommended.
Really?
You get what I'm saying? And that goes against the type of individual you are, because like I was saying, we all need help. You get what I'm saying? Even if you are that truly independent person, I'm self-made. You're not real, like you self-made, but you had some help along the way. You get what I'm saying? Like cut it out. All of these titles and shit like that is sounds overrated. It sounds great. But a lot of this shit be overrated.
Did it on my own.
Yeah, like it's like first of all, you're lying. It's cap.
What do you get out of this partnership? I want both of y'all. What do you receive from this partnership that you wouldn't have if you were riding solo?
Well, just to backtrack really quick, back to as far as chasing your dream solo.
Of course. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on that. Just like it's just got it. I recommend it as well, but it has to be with someone or people or a group of people who match your energy,
100%.
And your drive.
Don't
It's got to be a couple core values that match,
facts.
and energy got to match. And not just energy as far as like, because what's interesting with him and I, like, we don't party together. We don't.
Two different people, but we got a lot of similarities.
There's a lot of things we don't do together. People probably would assume we do together, and it's like it's not like that.
What's some examples?
Like I said, we don't party together. We play sports together.
Yeah.
When it's not a lot of play with us. Like I don't know. It's just,
we just get shit done.
Yeah, we're not like
Yeah,
like from time to time we'll link up, smoke, talk, and chop it up.
But even in that,
it's like
we still building.
About,
like we trying to plan.
And it's not forced either. It's just like we know we have so much we're trying to accomplish. Like we can't really waste too much time just completely bullshitting. Even when I try to, he's like, yo, but yo, when and I can never be mad at it because I'm like, yo, he's right, and I needed that reminder. And that's another thing about having somebody match your energy. They're gonna keep you on track to that goal, keep you on track towards that goal.
How would you recommend someone find that?
Trial and error.
Yeah,
trial and errors. We can start
Correct.
there.
Okay.
You gotta trust some people and get burned.
Yeah.
We like.
Oh yeah, you keep moving that. Yeah. Hold up. We good? I'm good.
Yeah.
Or closer.
Even a bit closer.
Yeah. We good.
Yeah, it should be good.
Trial and error. I would say trial and error. Start there, but also going back to partnership. Yep.
Trial and error. Studying people, just watching people and watching their behavior, not just their words.
Word.
One thing I'm like, I appreciate so much about us is like we do what we say and we say what we do, and there's trust in that. Like you can trust somebody if their words match.
Like when he says, "Yo, I'm gonna handle this," like you don't gotta worry about it.
Like it's gonna.
But even with our like music, it's like yo, we say we're gonna get 3 projects done. We're gonna get 3 projects done, and it's not to force music out.
Make it happen.
It's like you said you're gonna do it, and you're capable of doing it. Just do it, and then see what happens. Sometimes we worry about the results more before we even put in the work. So it's like put the work in first, and then like let's see about the result.
Yeah, I know so many people that say they're gonna do this in this year, they're gonna do that, they're gonna talk to these, never do it at all, and like they believe it at the time, but it just becomes like it's not even like they just wind up not executing for whatever reason. I don't know.
It goes back to the overrated cliche. You got to speak things into existence. You do. You got to put some work in. Ain't nothing else worked except work. Like you got to put the work in.
People get excited with the idea and then just don't chase it.
Looking at all of these memes and shit on Instagram. Like I'm telling you, you get caught up looking at the screen and shit and 5 years pass you by and you like, damn, I'm 40 now.
Yeah, life's
You
happening.
didn't do shit.
Life's happening.
And you can't do it now because of just the way life is. It's just like it passed you by fast.
Definitely.
That's real.
It's a small window.
So you get someone to hold you accountable. What else do you guys get from the partnership?
Cost efficient.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
it. We know this shit is expensive.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Anybody that's trying to get anything off the ground costs money.
Why not split everything down the middle?
Word.
Yeah, so what are
And
some
yo,
expenses that you guys split, if you don't mind me asking?
Studio
Everything pretty much,
time,
though.
Yeah.
visuals.
The studio times will wind up kind of being, because you both got to record a verse.
Yeah, but
you
like,
wound up,
but even that, like, we also have, which is another, I guess, pro to having someone to work with or work with and
lot of
collaborate
visuals
with.
together.
If I'm halfway done with a song or I'm stuck on a song, it's like, yo, what's your thoughts on this? And he'll send something back, and it's just it makes it so easy to stay creative.
Yeah,
You got someone to balance
That's another
it.
thing.
you
Yeah,
go
you balance.
verse
It's good
instead
to
of two
balance.
verses.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, yo, let's just do splits this time, and like we'll do some of your joints, some of my joints, some joints we got together, and we're just working, and we're not overthinking
It's
it.
a constant theme of we always got something going on.
Okay.
That's
Like,
fire.
That makes
And
sense.
then
I like
we
that.
all benefit from it, right? So it's going back to the cost efficient. And if you creating this team, like you need one link. You get what I'm saying? Like I see people have link trees in their bios and all that. That's cool. We have a website.
So you're talking about the Black Vanity.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
It made
Now,
it super easy. You got the
people
interview
could say
part of your website.
Yeah, people could say what
Super
they
easy
want.
for the
Oh, you don't need a
research.
website. It costs money. You could do a link tree, whatever. But the theme of that is one link. You could go to our one link and find out everything you need to know about him.
Yes.
Everything you need to know about me. That's it.
Super props to y'all, bro. Like
Appreciate
doing
it.
research on y'all, like the way you both have both your links set up, like right there
Appreciate
when I
it.
clicked
Go
it, and
see.
it's basically
Like,
like
you
a
get what
link
I'm
tree, except for more official.
That's
Your
what
videos
it
are set up
is.
more
You get what I'm
like
saying?
conveniently. You can
And
tell.
we've been crucified
facts.
for having a website like in 2022. And I'm like,
bro, yeah.
okay.
I didn't think about it until you just mentioned it right now, but it was definitely a more enticing experience for me and like a more individualized, like, you know what I mean? Especially, you know.
Some people don't even have the same YouTube channel, but they're supposed to be on the same team. That's cool. You like remain your individual, but I feel like when you're trying to garner traffic and attention, send them all to one place.
Yeah.
And they can see everybody.
Okay,
they got their options.
And everybody
Pick.
benefits. So pick who you like.
Here's something I wonder. How do you balance building shorts? How do you balance building Oaklin versus building Black Vanity?
I would say we have the same core values, even though we're different people. So be yourself, because we think it's corny when you're doing too much and you're just trying too
stick
hard.
out like a sore thumb when you do that.
Yeah, and it's hard to maintain when you under certain pressures. So be yourself, which I think we both do well, because that's just who we are. And then I would say, and then it comes down to those core values that we share. So we're teaching each other. Like, you know, he reads, I read. We both try to take that serious.
And that's like a Black Vanity thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Y'all read the same books?
Nah, but like, yo, you've been reading? Yo, you've been running? You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Really?
we sharpening the individual, but it's a Black Vanity thing. Like that's the mold. You get what I'm saying?
That's
like,
why we promote the running, and like people don't really understand that, but it's like, the running is, we're trying, like, this ain't just rap.
Yeah,
it's
it's like
not just rap. We're
it's like prerequisites.
we're
to
trying
get
to
down with
like
us too, so to speak.
We trying to just make sure we like protect ourselves and protect the people, and not when I say the people, because I don't want to say our people, because we don't care
everybody.
who's
Black, brown, white,
supporting
green.
or who's getting the messages, but it's like, yo, have fun. And then the thing is, we try to show that balance as well. We both smoke, we both drink, we live, and we show that. But it's like, yo, we also will wake up the next day, go for a 4-mile run, 8-mile run, like balance it out, sweat them toxins out, and like, you know, take care of yourself to an extent.
That's what we want to be known for. Redefining dope. Like,
So it's a lot more than the music.
Yeah, that working on your physical character, like on your athleticism and all that. Like you spoke on that in another interview, where like, you know, what that contributes to like you as a person, and your ability to sort of succeed in certain things. So like, what is that? Because I know a lot of artists, they are out of shape as hell. Like they do all the drugs, they working out too. I mean, they in the studio too much because they getting no part. But y'all find a way to like balance that out. You know what I mean? So what's the like? What value do you get from that in your lives?
you think sharper, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
the
say
mind
that.
and the body are connected, so your mind's going to work
agree,
better. You're going to make better decisions when you exercise.
No question.
So it's just that alone, and then when you make better decisions, life's better, right?
Yeah.
If you make the right decisions, it's just like, yo, so let's simplify things. I think he said that to me one time. I don't know if where you got it from, but you was just like, when we thinking about what makes the most sense.
Oh, doing things that make the most sense.
Yeah, doing things that makes the most
say it out
sense.
loud.
And that sounds so simple, right? But it's like, wait a second, I'm about to do something. Let me pause. Does this make the most sense?
Just sit, literally ask
Should I
yourself
really
that
go
out
buy
loud.
this food out when I know I have a lot of food in the fridge and I just went shopping? I'm playing games. Does this make the most sense? Like just being logical.
Such a simple thing, but I can definitely imagine a bunch of situations in my own life where just asking myself that and taking this
constantly asking yourself
like,
that. Constantly.
Not just that, like taking the answer like seriously. Like it doesn't make
emotions are strong. That shit can override it. Yeah.
You gotta talk to yourself. Gotta talk
That's
to
crazy.
yourself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of want to rewind a little bit about like where y'all from and really how that impacted y'all. So, you know, coming from White Plains, I know that you know, that's the underrepresented city, especially in the mainstream hip hop culture. Like there's a lot of talent over there, but like I was wondering like how that really affected y'all sounds, like the way y'all approaching the industry and just, you know, your idea towards what you have to accomplish in general.
My bad, shows.
No, go off.
Why? When I heard Jay's music, he was taking me to Brooklyn. I was taking trips to Brooklyn mentally. He's bringing me to a place, and not just Brooklyn, everywhere, like all his, like just life. So I feel like, and I'm saying Jay, but that's all these artists that you're listening to. They're like, if you really dig deep enough, you can go to that place. So if your mind works that way, I guess, you know, I don't know how everyone hears music differently. We forget that sometimes, but the music was for me. So I feel like, of course, growing up where we grew up, like, you know, we had a great school system, so we're educated. We had a lot of good men that just helped hold us accountable and like make sure we stayed on the right path. And women, I should say. I shouldn't just say great men, but I don't know. So yeah, the city was a good place, but I think it was so much more than the city is all I'm saying. And like, at least influenced my sound and like.
Your values, you know, what you're striving for. Yeah. Do you feel a little bit of pressure to sort of represent for your city, like coming from, you know, somewhere that, you know, is recognized around here for sure, but like, you know, well,
Nah, no pressure.
no pressure,
nah,
yeah,
I don't know.
and I think that's a healthy attitude. But
It's it's inevitable at this point.
Yeah,
we've been putting in the work. I feel like we're ready.
Yeah.
So
sure. As you talked about it once in another interview where you said that like coming from a place like White Plains, you get this influence of like NYC culture for sure. Like you're constantly going in that direction, but like sometimes like which makes you like a unique person because in New York City, like they have the New York City experience, but they don't come out to the outside of that. Yeah, and I thought that was a really interesting perspective. Yeah, it's like coming from this area, we're very much attached to New York City, but like, and we get this like back and forth. But in New York City, like if you're from the Bronx, I know people from the Bronx that never left the Bronx.
Yeah,
like you never left like straight up never been to Manhattan like that. Like, that's crazy.
Let me pull the mic back.
Yeah, so
but real talk, it be like that. And, we fortunate to be from White Plains specifically. Westchester, you're a different type of New Yorker.
Yeah.
It's just the truth of the matter. Like,
word.
I like that, bro. I mean, yeah, it's like
I feel like
not better or worse, but different.
I feel like it's really special to be black and from Westchester.
Really?
Yeah, because there's this Westchester. We don't even realize it, but Westchester has this like we're like purified air, right? Like we're like we like you might not and I don't. Where you from?
Around here.
Okay,
10 minutes away. We at Peekskill.
It's a little it's a little different here, but like still like Westchester's got this respect, and we know we have. When I say disrespect, people know Westchester's a good place.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like there's a standards, there's a certain like level of class that comes with Westchester, and being black and like we have, I feel, or I shouldn't say black, but being a person of color, I feel like there's certain things you go through in Westchester that like people don't understand. So they look at you as like, oh, you're from Westchester. But it's like, no, I'm from Westchester, but I've still went through some experiences because of who I am.
Very diverse culture over here.
Yeah, so we get in many ways the best of both worlds. That's what I'm saying, 100%. Being a person of color. Yeah, so then it just shapes us different. Where like I feel like in the city you don't really get that, and it's our schools are more. I don't even want to say diverse. We kind of are diverse, a little bit more diverse in many ways. I would say so. And it's just a different melting pot. I don't even know if I should say diverse. It's an interesting melting pot. Yeah. And the schools in Westchester, the whites aren't as separated. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more white kids going to public school in Westchester, whereas in the city, like a lot of the white kids are going to private schools. Yeah. That's real. So we have a whole, we don't even realize that, but we have like, it's different. It's different. And that plays a role. That's one thing. But like, we also have parks, but we have like a city experience, you know what I'm saying? So like, we can go to the city, like you said. It's a lot of things. It's not just that, but.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love y'all perspective on it, honestly. Like, it definitely gave me like a new way I'm going to talk about it just from hearing, like you talk about it in the past and your contribution in conversation now. So yeah, for sure.
I want to hit on the website. Couple things on here. Number one, what was the inspiration to start that as opposed to a link tree? I know you hit it before, like it should all be in one spot. Or how did you even realize that?
We needed something that symbolized solidarity. That's how you pronounce it? Yeah. I was over here making sure I was getting.
Nah, I know. I said something early. I'm like, that's a word, right? I was like,
but nah, we
be like that sometimes.
I can't check my work right now. But yeah, it's we needed something. Yo, once again, going back to like to make people take us serious. Like we could say all day like we on the same team. As long as if it ain't contractual, what's gonna really represent that? So it's like, okay, this is free game to anybody trying to do what they trying to do out there. But like, okay, unofficially, right? It's like, if this is a label, you quote unquote, you signed to us. How else are you gonna prove to us that you loyal and you have the best interest of the brand? You gotta upload your videos on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You gotta have that Black Vanity network.com in your bio. You get what I'm saying? Like no selfishness, all teamwork. You get what I'm saying?
And that takes, I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead.
That takes so much confidence because it's like, wait, everyone's not just looking at me.
Yeah.
No, it's about me. Yeah. It's like, it can be about you. And people will like, if you dope, you dope.
You gotta do your thing though. Just
eat. And it will be about you. People will realize you're dope and they're going to realize, oh, your friends are dope too. Like,
yeah. We all even more benefit from it though. The people that fuck with me is gonna fuck with you. Mm-hmm. People that fuck with you gonna fuck with me.
If I drop a project you don't like, and Shorts drop 2 in a row, that's fire. And let's say 2019 I don't drop a project you like. 2020 he drops a project you like. 2021 he drops a project you like. You still been rocking with the Vanity for 3 years. You listen to my project, you didn't like it. You listen to his for 2 years, you liked it. When I come back with something, you gonna give it a shot just because it's still the Vanity.
Yeah. Like, that make perfect sense.
And you might not, but it's kind of like, that's his homie. Let me see what he's doing this time around because I'm fooling with Shorts, and then we're always on each other's projects. It's that selflessness. That's something that I was really attracted to when we was talking about getting together. It was a lot of like, we gonna do this, and not just saying it like that's what it is. Let's do it like together, split this down the middle. Sometimes he would throw me bread, and I'm like, yo, why you throw me bread for that? And I'll take care of it. It's like, nah, team, team. It's the symbolism behind it. It's not just
let's get in the habit of splitting these costs. You get what I'm saying?
So did you have contracts off rip or that came later?
Nah, not this ain't none of this is contractual right now.
Oh, it's not.
Nah, I'm saying like until we get to that point, this is the only like system we need to prove to like I'm good. Like I'm good.
You can't fake it in this
system. Yeah, you can't. Like there's no faking in this system. It's like,
this is a Spurs.
Yeah, like cause it's like if you start moving funny, it's gonna tell. Like, wait, what you mean you're not posting that on there?
Okay. Yeah. Actions. Yeah. That makes sense.
You got it.
Nah, yeah, check, like, if you haven't checked it out yet, like, check out their website, because it's very, like, super simple, and it's basically like a link tree, except, like, you have it just set up on, like, your website, and it's, like, more of a team thing, if anything, so I really like the way y'all do it, and especially, like, the way y'all explain, like, your contributions to the overall team makes perfect sense, and I know you said in another interview, which is, like, not to oversimplify your contributions to, like, you know, the team and the industry, but, like, you said that you're more of a project person, and, like, you know, you might be coming with more of the hits than, you know, 100%. The shorts might be doing. So, like, just 100%. To have, like, if you affiliate with, like, if you like Black Vanity, if you like Dreamville, and you see them as, like, sort of, you know, different parts of the pieces of the puzzle that make, like, a good, you know, sort of career, like, that's dope to have that, you know, each pieces of that. So that's, I really fuck with y'all.
And we would love some, like, new members. So
I was gonna ask if you
come on in. Open arms policy.
All right, so question. So
always,
what is your ideal prospect?
Someone who's honest, someone who works hard.
Okay.
Someone who wants to be taken serious. Someone who has a certain level of talent.
Okay. And willing to be consistent. You might not be consistent right now, but if you jump on board, you gotta
start working towards that.
You know what I'm saying?
And be able to be coached. And it's not like, oh, we're the coaches. We coach each other. That's why going back coaches. To that reading, like he's been putting me on to so much, and I love it because he's doing his reading when I'm doing my reading.
He put me on to the reading. Like he put his foot in my ass when it came to that. So it's like, all right, let's do it.
Word. What's, like, out of those things you listed, what's, like, top priority on that list?
Consistency.
100%.
And probably honesty.
Look like? Do you have a schedule? Like, do you guys like to follow some type of schedule?
Or is it more soft. We have soft layouts. Like,
yeah. What's the soft layout kind of look like for y'all?
Like quarterly, it's like a couple things we want to accomplish quarterly, a couple things we want to accomplish yearly, just thinking a couple months ahead. Within those, like, bigger goals, thinking about little things we can do to work towards that goal, enhance that goal, etc.
Anything, like, specifically that you could talk about, like, what quarterly you might be looking for, and, like, how you kind of try to keep yourself in check? Is it, like, one of those, like, yo, like, what's up, bro? Like, why don't you drop that podcast this week? Like what's good? Like, is it, like, you want?
We usually top of the year we kind of got, like, somewhat of a schedule. And we stick to it as close as possible.
To the month kind of schedule? Like,
month to month. We real month to month. Yeah. Try to get out a visual every month. We just try to do something music related every month. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a visual, a single, a project, an interview. Just try to stay active.
Yeah. You both post pretty consistently, so yeah.
What, can I ask y'all a question? I know. I'm not. I'm not in charge. What's some qualities when it comes to music? Or, like, I should say music. When it comes to, let's say, I hate to use this terminology, local artists. I really don't like that terminology.
I know what you mean by that, though.
So I really don't like saying that. But we need a new terminology for that. Upcoming artists that we're familiar with from our area.
Yeah. Making an impact in the area.
What are y'all looking for certain things? Well, obviously y'all are people, right? So y'all allowed to be fans. But outside of being a fan, do y'all hold people to, like, a couple, like, do y'all have standards?
Are you talking about for me to get them on the show, for us to get them on the show?
No, not even on the show. Just for you to, like, take them serious.
Yeah.
So... You want to go or you want me to go?
No,
all right, so I'll say for me to take them serious, I don't have to be a fan. But
I respect that so much, by the way. I respect the honesty behind that, and I respect that opinion. Continue.
Sure, and I'll support someone that I'm not really a fan of because, like, I just love people that are consistent. Like, I love that, and I want more people to see that and get inspired by that. So I would support someone who's consistent and honest before I would support someone I'm a fan of. So that's number one. Just I would probably say consistency too. It's so rare that when I see it, like, I just want to put it on a pedestal. So that would be. If that would be the thing that would make me take an upcoming artist serious. And obviously, like, progression in their work. Like, if you're just starting, like, your videos aren't going to be that good. Your music's not going to be that good. As long as there's progression then I'm cool.
Yeah, I totally respect it.
Yeah.
And like I feel the same.
But
What comes to mind immediately is like just understanding my role in it, and just seeing that I'm more on the business side, not the creative side. And I'm not trying to collaborate necessarily on like the creative aspect, like. Just recognizing where, just being driven to see where your growth could be, in the sense of like, what else am I missing in this sort of, in my career? And what comes to mind for me is I'm more on the legal business side of things. So it's like, that's my contribution to you. So if having the confidence to be like, I don't understand the contract because most people haven't spent hours, days, weeks, months, years, like studying that. I haven't spent years, but I've spent, year and a half, like taking that side of the role very seriously. So if you ask me to sort of be like, yo, like, because for me at this stage in my career, like I'm trying to, every opportunity I have to see a contract is the opportunity I have to like learn something and grow. So, for me, like when I want to collaborate with somebody or like if you recognize like how important the business side of it is, whatever you want to say business, whether that becomes from like sort of making sure your contracts, your collaborations, the way you're negotiating with people, talking with people, if you have the confidence to approach that side of your career right, that's like what entices me a little bit to want to work. You know what I mean? Because people don't want to have the hard conversations. I'm working with you, but like I don't want to ask you what the split's gonna be. That's so important to ask what the split's gonna be. Like that's so important 100%. To just get all the paper and all the sort of like take it business seriously. So
if I can't have a business conversation with someone, this issue's over. I have a friend that is the most talented artist I've ever seen, but she's unwilling to talk anything business, and I'm like, I can't help you.
Really?
Like, I can't. There's nothing I could do here. At the end of the day, it's a business. Like I love music, but like
there's money involved,
bro. Like I'm trying to eat.
There's money involved.
So
a lot of money.
Crazy.
It's so funny you say that business piece because there was some banter. I was going back and forth with some dudes over the net, and I was explaining to them like, you haven't spent enough money on music for me to take you serious, or for you to be like trying to
investment,
like even talk about being better than me and stuff. It's like just. And I'm not trying to flex. It's not a money thing. I'm not trying to flex like, oh, I got a big bag. Like, no, that's corny. And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is like, yo, I've invested this much in my dream in something I believe in, and
I'm dedicated.
Yeah, so it's like just before you even try to go there, just make sure you're willing to do that and show people you're willing to do it before we start talking about like who's better or what. Like
that's another thing. Yeah. That's your favorite rapper. That don't mean he's the best rapper. He or she is the best rapper.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
That's crazy. I have a question for you, Shorts. I feel like you present yourself more as an entrepreneur than an artist. It even says in your bio, entrepreneur. Was that intentional?
I did change. It was. I think I might have had band musician band up there, and then I changed it. I can't front. It was probably like post COVID.
Like the category of your account.
Like okay, yeah. You get what I'm saying? I was on some like, nah, it's time to get this money. You get what I'm saying? Fuck all this rap shit. Not like that, but it's like. It's turn into the businessman. You could rap, just get some money. Now let's get some money. You get what I'm saying? So that was part of the like speaking it into existence, but knowing that I'm about to go get it too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you went through a mental shift where it's like, yo,
it's the entrepreneur time. Like I don't got time. Like I'm not trying to be one of these people that got more followers than I got money. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is silly to me.
Yeah. Damn, that reminds me of, I wanted to talk about the impact that, your father has had on your life. And you talk about that a lot on Instagram. And like, your father was a major player in the industry. So I'm wondering, how that, that's your boy. You say that, okay. How has your boy like affected, the way that, how has your dad affected the way that you sort of approach the industry, what you want to achieve, and like your own creative and entrepreneurial aspects?
He played a big part. You get what I'm saying?
Any core takeaways you get from
it's mainly his mindset. I don't got the whole thing, you get what I'm saying? But his hustle, his ambition, his drive, I'm not like, that's what I adopted from him. For sure. Any lessons that you could think of top of mind? I'm sure there's plenty, but if you don't think of anything, I'm trying to think, cause he all he do is drop gems.
Yeah, stuff. It's like
yeah,
that.
nah.
It's not one
I'm not gonna leave you with just that though. What's something recently he might have said, but I'd say he would. All right, that's cool. He always says dress the part. You get what I'm saying? He's like,
that was something I was going to write that as one of my questions, but I didn't.
He always talks
both
about
of y'all present. Yeah.
If you gonna step outside, like present yourself the right way, because you never know who you're gonna bump into. If you say you're a superstar, always look like a superstar. You get what I'm saying? And you know, there's times I go back and forth with him, like, that's not real life though. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I can't really be in go mode all the time, but it's like you can if you're willing to put the effort in and take it to that level. So
I 1,000,000% resonate with that for sure. Like that's something I really try to preach to, especially like going more on the business end. When I step into a place, I like to look like I'm the lawyer manager kind of like person. And like it also, there's been times I'm on the train and this person next to me looks like they're an artist, and I talk to them and they are an artist. And like that is just such a dope thing. Like when I could like, I know a lot of people, you know, take you more seriously when you look like you are the player, and especially if you're going to some, like when I go to like not necessarily like a showcase or some sort of like networking event, like if you could tell who's the artist and who's the manager and who's the agent or in some way or whatever the situation is, like that's a good situation if you could look the part, like you know what I mean, like you're presenting yourself in that way, and it contributes to, you know, how people look at you.
Yeah.
So I think that's a major jump for sure.
you gonna say something?
No, you good.
I want to do something a little different for this interview. So I went through, y'all had very interesting Twitters.
Yeah, both very active on Twitter. So
I gotta delete my delete my
Yo, that's
Twitter.
my word.
I was actually thinking about I gotta clean the whole thing
Shout
up
out to
before,
Wills. I was asking
before the money start coming in.
Yeah,
I was
gotta
asking.
clean it
I
all
think
up.
Everybody got to do that at
Yeah.
some point, but you
was
know, we
asking.
definitely not
So,
pulling out anything.
I gotta, especially before Elon buy it. I gotta. Elon gonna keep everything.
Or everything's
He's
private.
gonna have it backed up on 2 hard drives. I gotta delete the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't remember which ones. Okay, I'm just gonna read random ones.
This shit's gonna be kind of funny.
That's enough.
Okay. Oak.
Oceans deep.
Sometimes we'd rather blindfold ourselves than take a cold, hard look at the world exactly as it is.
Yeah. I don't remember where I read that. I
Snaps.
don't remember where I got that from, but what I'm hearing right now, or what it's just like, or when I hear that, I just say to myself, like, some people are, they've allowed their programming to blind them. There's this book called The Fifth Agreement.
Okay.
I think it was the four agreements came out first, and then the fifth agreement. It's just one additional agreement, one additional what would you call them? Discipline to follow and try to implement in your daily life. But they call them agreements. But anyway, he talks about, the author talks about how everything you believe you've been taught.
100%.
Like someone taught us that this is a mic, right? Like in another country, this might be something else, or they're gonna like, and it's not something else in another country, but
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? It's just symbolism. And when you think about symbolism, think about, you might look at a tree, or we're from New York, we might look at a tree and think about apples in like the fall. Someone else from the South might look at the tree like, oh, my grandfather was lynched. So like they're both a tree, but the symbolism. And so we've been programmed to believe different things. So it's like some people refuse to like shut the programming down and be an independent thinker and look at the world and like, oh, this is it. This is what it is.
Yeah. That takes a lot of self-awareness.
Word. And that's something people lack. That self-awareness. People focus more on their finances than, shit that you need.
So building off of that, onto you, Shores. Something that you said that touches on that is it's not really figuring out the answers. It's about asking the right questions.
Word.
So why does that stick out to you so much?
I had a client the other day that dropped that gem on me.
Mm-hmm. Can I hear that again? I'm sorry, yo.
Yeah, it's not really figuring out the answers. It's about asking the right questions.
And when I hear that, it's like you could ask. I feel like nobody really got the right answers. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a guide. Like you could guide. You could point people in the right direction, but you can't really tell me how to figure this thing we call life out. Like you ain't never lived it before. You get what I'm saying? Your shit might be working for you up until the point you at. You might reach a certain level of success, but you don't really got your answers aren't concrete. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, you got to ask the right questions, or you could be misled.
And part of asking the right questions is trial and error, right? To know what to ask and what not to ask, because you know what works and what doesn't work.
Exactly.
When you think about a mother raising a kid, like a newborn baby, she oh, are you hungry? Here, I'm gonna try to feed you. Oh, you're not? Oh, are you too cold? Let me check your temperature. Oh, all right, that doesn't work. What else is going on? You have a rash? Is this diaper on too tight? Trial and error. And then so that mom is like asking those questions. She's asking them to herself, but she's also trial and error. There's also action behind it. So back to that quote or that tweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Damn, it's going well so far.
Yeah,
let's keep it going.
I kind of want to throw a curveball in.
I was gonna say, y'all gonna have to.
They would probably have to
we not gonna ask
I've been good for like I've been clean.
Yeah,
You been
Elon,
clean?
I've been clean.
You been clean? I don't think so. Cause why'd you say Facebook is like the Bronx?
I said that.
That's funny.
I didn't say that. Yo, shout out to X. I love the X. Nah. Shout out Facebook. Shout out Zuckerberg.
I think you might have meant just the amount of different things you could see on Facebook. You could see those type of things.
It's random at times for sure. Facebook is like the Bronx.
just say
The Bronx is different though. The Bronx is probably the most different borough in NYC.
It is. The Bronx get like a. I got bury me. Yeah, it's different. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout outs to the Bronx though. I fuck with
Facebook like. All right, right. When you think about the Bronx compared to some of the other boroughs, it's not as precise. Like parking's not as precise. It's a lot of double parking. The police are not as precise in the Bronx compared to the other boroughs. They're just like the Bronx cops are a little different. The Bronx is just a different place, and like Facebook's not as precise. They're selling you stuff. There's like there's all sorts of different groups going on. There's dating going on. Like I went back on Facebook because I don't fool with Facebook. I feel like
he
it's
always
outdated.
clown me for being on Facebook.
Like the old head Facebook.
Yeah.
So sometimes like I try to go on Facebook. Like this is a couple of years ago. It was so much going on. There's so many buttons.
Though.
I just said this is not for me.
I'm like so many notifications.
Yeah. I guess the
It's very sporadic.
sensory overload.
Yeah.
Just like the Bronx.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I love the Bronx. They got the best Jamaican food in New York.
Great weed.
I know the Queensboro want to fight about that, but no. They got the best Jamaican food. I'm sorry.
You heard it here
Great
first.
weed.
A lot of good ball players. You know,
Word.
We love the Bronx, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna transition to a little more serious note. That was funny as fuck, but yeah. So, Strauss, you said excuses are tools of the incompetent and useless. Those who use excuses lack ambition and build monuments of nothingness.
100%.
I can't stand excuses.
100%.
One more time. Excuses are tools of the incompetent and useless. Those who use excuses.
I wouldn't give it up like that. But I was like,
It's gonna get heavy, man. It's gonna get heavy.
Yeah, nah.
It's about to get heavy.
Those who use excuses lack ambition and build monuments of nothingness.
Word.
Build on that just a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
so
you know.
So dig it. Shout outs to Mr. Cradle, Derek Cradle. It's the seventh grade, 8th grade. He might have dropped that jewel on us 7th, 8th grade. You get what I'm saying? We had a program called Clubman, and it was like a mentor-mentee type of situation. Yeah, it had to be like 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah.
It had to be like that. Word.
That was dope too.
Yeah, we need
That was like
more
stepping and stuff?
Yeah, we
Nah,
was. Nah,
go ahead,
seriously, he was a cute dog.
Crazy. Go
He
ahead.
was marching and
Yeah.
relaxing, and he showed us how to tie a tie. Like that's how I learned how to tie a tie. Like he was that that missing father figure for us all. You get what I'm saying? Like some of us had fathers, some of us didn't, but still you need going back. We all need help. You get what I'm saying? Take a village. So he was playing that role, and he dropped that. Like those words are so harsh, but those words resonate till this day. You get what I'm saying? And they're not even harsh. It's just brutally honest. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely.
You're gonna build monuments of nothingness, coming up with excuses.
I think that's
leave them shits at
sure.
the door.
Yeah, facts. That's I can't do it. I can't do it.
Going back to that Black Vanity shit though, but that's another thing. No excuses over here.
No excuses.
Word.
Get it done.
Oh, you couldn't
mean
do
what
this?
you say what you mean.
Whatever. That's an excuse.
All right. This is a good one. Oak. What would you think of a lion that only hung with panthers?
Well,
I wrote that.
Oh, that was a tweet?
Yeah.
What would you think of a lion?
You asked a question.
He was in a safari.
I thought you were
I was in-
Oh no. Yeah.
What would you think of a lion that only hung with panthers?
You were at a
To finish
festival.
it, please respond.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah. I
that
think
was
I know.
like
I think
You were at a festival.
No, I think it was just like certain. I think it was one of those situations. I don't. You know what? I think I was reading a book. No, I think I was reading a book. It's about relationships. I forget what it's called. A pastor wrote it, but he talks about relationships. It might be. I don't know. But anyway, it was this book, and it just talks about how the whole book was about how to keep relationships strong, how to keep them healthy, how to avoid and get out of relationships once you outgrow certain people, and like just and it was a good little read, and I think that was one where it's like certain people are just not for you, and even if they're for you, they're not for you all the time. A lion that only hung with panthers. Who's this weirdo?
Yeah,
like right, we're all gonna look, or the doctors, right? The vets would say something's wrong with this lion. We got to get him help. He's hanging out with a bunch of panthers.
Word.
Yeah.
So when we look at yourself, it's like not to diss anybody, but it's like, yo, you know what you're about. A lion has certain has to live a certain lifestyle, right? Because it's a lion. What are you? So figure out yourself first, which is another important reason you should work out, because you're gonna keep your mental right, and then you're on a better track to figure out what's for you, and then be that lion, whatever version of a lion you need to be.
Yeah. Nah, that's good.
I hope that's why I wrote that quote.
If it wasn't, it was a great cleanup.
Great follow up.
That's a fact. You got one more?
Sure. So you said this recently. You said the only way to become excellent is to be endlessly fascinated with doing the same thing over and over.
Talk about it. Doing the boring work.
100%.
The only way to be
Mundane.
excellent,
Mundane.
endlessly fascinated with doing the same thing over and over.
Shit get boring, but somebody gotta do it.
Yeah, shit get boring.
Somebody gotta do it till it pay off. You get 'em? And I think it does pay off though. Like everybody waits for the big payoff, but it's a gradual payoff because it's compound, right?
Yeah.
Like, so.
What's the payoff look like to you? Like, what is like some of the
Like
things
the
that
big
you've
payoff?
been through, or just some of the things that you've been through the last couple of years that are like, yo, this is like, this makes it worth it. You know, like what makes it worth it to shows?
Musically or in life?
You could touch on life if you want to, but preferably more connected to like the creative side of life.
All right, so I'm gonna just keep it music based. Like, I probably say not to name drop and shit like that, but getting that Kiss feature, like that shit. Like I feel like all the hard work.
Why you not allowed to name drop?
I'm just saying, like,
All right.
man,
Yeah, bro.
That's
That's
Is it a name drop? If you talking, you talking.
bro.
You just talking. You just talking
Nah,
your
you
business.
know, I don't like to come off boastful or anything like that.
Yeah, nah.
You just
yeah,
talking
that was that for me was like, all right,
Yeah.
if nothing else happens from this shit, you did that at least. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure, bro. I definitely feel that. Yeah. Anything else that come to mind? Because a lot of people not getting a Kiss feature anytime. Just like something in music that, you know, like even before that, like made it feel
before
like,
that, I think I'm at like 10, like project number 10. Right
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So again, that
you
deep,
are.
yeah.
So I think
That's
that was dope for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that don't got nothing to do with nobody else but me. Like,
Yeah,
you get what I'm
that's
saying?
just put them out.
I had to
Facts.
make the shit happen. Whether it's reaching out to people, going back to the help. I needed help to make it happen, but I had to make it happen.
That's fine.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 is awesome, by the way. Congrats to that.
Nah, hell yeah.
OD.
You feel me?
Yeah,
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's hard.
Yo,
10 is crazy.
Do you
10
have
is
any
crazy.
more valid questions? Or am I just rabbit?
Yeah,
I think we're good. I don't want to make it too long,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that the people definitely gonna appreciate this.
Hell yeah.
I knew.
I like how you
Yes.
did the tweets. That was dope.
Yeah, I
thank
just
you,
want to
bro.
switch it
Yeah,
up to
that-
something
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So what's fun?
Yeah, facts.
That's
So-
dangerous for
Word.
me.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm like, yo.
We're not the platform that's gonna blow your spot like crazy. We're
Nah,
looking
it's
for
all good. It's all good.
inspiration, so-
Listen,
You might want to clean it up now. I don't know if
all
people will
good.
dig into it after this, but
he said Twitter. I'm
see
like,
yourself.
Shit.
and it's funny you say it because I've been saying to myself, like, yo, I got to tighten this up. Bro. Like, when all these, everybody's getting in
Canceled.
trouble.
Yeah, shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
well, this will
Clean
drop
this up.
next 2 Sundays from now if you want to clean it up by then.
Yeah, you good.
Your shit's
Everything-
chilling.
yeah.
Your shit's chilling. You don't
I'm
need to.
dead. Yo, appreciate y'all coming through.
Nah,
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
chilling.
having us.
Could you tell the people where to find you on social media?
You can find us at Black Vanity Network.
Boom.
But
.com.
.com, of course,
sir.
blackvanitynetwork.com, the website. But you can follow us on Twitter, Oaklin Winthrop, Oaklin, Winthrop, WINTHROP, and short. You can that's my tags on everything.
Shorts Vanity on everything. SHORTS VANITY.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Any closing statements you guys want to make? Anything shout out?
Shout out everybody chasing a dream, whatever the dream is. Shout out everybody that's positive and spreading love and appreciating their days on earth.
Word.
And then shout out my mama. No.
That's a fair shout out.
Nah, but I'm fooling. But yeah, and keep doing what you do. Keep doing what you do and work hard at it. And we only get one life. I was watching that Kanye documentary, and he said we only got like 80 years here.
If that.
I got if that. He's like, I got to get as much done as possible. And like we take for granted 80 years, but it's like, yo, you have, and maybe it's 100, but you have a window. It's not.
Yeah.
It's a window. Windows close.
Yeah.
Windows close. So it's like before your window closes, what do you want your legacy to be? And it doesn't have to be legacy, but what do you want to leave behind? And it doesn't have to be,
Doesn't have to be
whatever,
creative.
Yeah, it could be whatever you want to leave behind, but just make sure you're
Do
working
something.
to leave it behind to the world.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
And it can't be a mountain of nothingness.
Not for real.
A
Monument.
monument of nothingness. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's real. Yo, appreciate y'all coming through.
Yeah.
Appreciate you having us.
That was dope.
So appreciate you.
Guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's fucking lit.
Wait, you didn't do the.
What? Oh shit, yo, I missed
You
my
had
whole
the last outro.
Damn. Oh, damn, that's crazy. All right, yo.
That was part one. We back for part two. Yo.
Facts. Come with
Yo, that's an episode. Fuck, I'm gonna edit this like, damn, bro.
You never edit anything out. You're not editing this one out. Sorry, sir.
Nah, fucking it's staying. But yo, that's the episode 20 with Black Vanity. Shorts, Oaklin Winthrop. Appreciate y'all coming through.
Likewise,
Appreciate you having
And
us.
like I said, yes, what? I fuck
So yeah, we're building this platform, for creative entrepreneurs, and if that's you, tap into the community. We're trying to build this out. We're building a great network over here. Poncho's event space has been, so mostly shut down in the recent sort of weeks, but there's a lot of other things going on, and just Westchester in general. Get outside. We're outside again.
yeah.
There's a lot of great people to meet. This is a pleasure to be in this platform. Great to meet y'all officially for the first time, and there's a lot going on in the scene. So
Facts.
yeah.
And I'm making moves to get
And,
a new venue, which will not happen anytime soon, but will happen in the near future.
Can I jump in? You don't even know if it'll be anytime soon, man. Just know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
I
happen.
got
Next week.
I got
You just don't know. And like I said, my guy, you have positive. Why am I talking to the mic like this? you have. I thought I was rapping or something.
Yeah, bro. This guy, I don't know if
James
you'll call it
Brown
that.
or something.
Hey, bro. Dick Gregory.
Nah, bro.
Fucking
Sorry. But yeah, you have positive energy.
I appreciate
and just
that.
understand, embrace that characteristic about yourself.
100%.
embrace that because it has superpower that like we take for granted sometimes. And that's one reason why I would say, and I don't know your life at all, but it's one reason I would encourage people to travel. Mm-hmm. When you travel, you start to have a better understanding of your self-worth. Mm-hmm. Even if you think highly of yourself, if you start to travel, you get around some other people, like you start to realize like, yeah. Sometimes you have to get away from those who know you and just like be around some people that don't know you. And it's just so many reminders of like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Like, I'm super dope. Yeah, and it's that, like, you need those reminders 100%. To keep you confident in chasing these goals that are hard to accomplish, right? Like, it's all hard. Yeah. So, back to you having this positive energy, my guy. Like, just like, no funny, let it vibrate. Like, let people just be, like, own that completely because so many opportunities come with positive just giving out that positive energy. I hate to use this example because it's not about me giving someone money, but I went to a gas station and I needed ice and I needed cups, and he had cups, but he gave them to me for free. He didn't charge me, the cashier. I got a couple cups and I needed some ice. And instead of like saying, yeah, we have bags of ice, he's like, oh, give me the cups. I'm like, where you going? He's like, we have ice in the back. I'm not supposed to get it out, but I got you. This young kid working on a Sunday at the gas station. Like, and it was just dope to me because I'm like, yo, he didn't have to do that. He did it with positive energy. Yeah. He hurried up and did it. He had a customer wait to get me ice for free. Yeah. And it was just like, people don't do that nowadays. I was like, this is positive energy. Yeah. So like I dapped him and I blessed him with a 20. He's like, yo, you serious, my man? And it made his day. Yeah. And like, I'm not saying like, this is not a story I'm saying because I gave someone money. I'm just saying it like, that opportunity came to him because he had positive energy.
Yeah. Great point.
Hell yeah, bro.
So you might be talking to somebody, you just don't know. So like, don't say like it won't happen no time soon because you don't know. Just keep doing you.
Well, I say that because of the financial aspect.
You don't know.
But you could meet somebody at the gas station tomorrow instead of a 20.
Finance him back in it.
For real. Instead of the 20, you might want to give you 200,000 because he like your energy. Well, you never know.
I'll appreciate that.
A lot of legal clearances too, but we don't talk about those.
It's count for another day. I appreciate that though. But yeah,
no, dude, that was a good way to end it.
Facts. Subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Oh, dude.
How you feel, Shiz? Yeah, nah.